Hello and welcome to Prop Culture. We are again at PAX East. I forgot which one I was at. And I am here with...
Propped Up Creations. I'm Alyssa.
I'm Wraith.
Yay! These are two of my very good buddies that I've met at a bunch of conventions, including this one here last year. And I wanted to talk shop with you guys and talk about some materials and techniques that you guys have been enjoying and looking forward to enjoying, or not enjoying so much. So what sort of materials and techniques have you guys been using recently?
Very recently, I just completed a cold cast goblet that I'm quite proud of. It took a very long time to get this mold right, but when it finally did, I was very, very happy with its technique, and it's definitely something I'm going to be using in the future when it comes to swords or blades or anything that you would eventually have painted metal, and now you can just have metal from the start. The other thing I've personally been working a lot with is expanding foam, which is flexible foam. I used it on Rex in the past, and I'm using it on a Jadoon head, and in the future I'll be using it on a Fano from Pan's Labyrinth. And
cool.
I've been working with latexes, silicone rubbers. Most recently, we've also gotten into doing the EVA foam, but with a special coating called Epsilon, which is good and not good. The jury's still out on that one, but it does make for an interesting surface and can totally expand the potential of the material. So
excellent.
Yeah.
I did some cold casting for a dagger.
yeah,
And it was making the mold for it. I was very particular about like the seams on it. I mean, for this guy here. So where are the seams on that?
the seam is right on the edge up here. It's the only seam on the goblet, and because it's right on the edge, you have a good chance of being able to sand it down without a problem.
Yeah, and that was my dagger had several small pieces, and they were all cold cast. So some of them that I cast, I have the handle in particular was a problem for some reason. So I have a bucket of cold cast handles that you could finish and paint them, but they had either bubbles or seams that you can't fill with cold casting. If you want it, because you'll sand it and remove that finish. So it's a tricky beast, but when you harness that beast, it can be a very powerful tool.
Well, when my cold casting, I've actually been doing it mixing in the resin itself. So I've been doing a thicker layer of the metal in the resin, and that allowed me to actually go back to the final piece. And if there were any imperfections, I was able to sand it out a little.
Bit?
Yeah. So
good to know. So what sort of stuff are you looking for? Like do you have any new techniques, tools, or materials that you want to try out?
Well, we have our, Wraith did mention Epsilon, which was a big armor technique, and we will be unveiling it tomorrow with her life-size GLaDOS.
Not life-size, I can't get that. But bigger than people GLaDOS.
Bigger than people GLaDOS, that's right. So, yeah, Wraith here is 5'1". She will be on stilts.
I am not 5'3" and 3/4. Thank you.
Pardon me. We'll add another 18 inches on that, and that's the size of the giant GLaDOS that will be marching through the halls tomorrow.
So
Epsilon will be
sarcastic.
And we're also looking towards the Dragon Con this fall, and we have 2 Doug Jones characters that we're creating. And I'm doing Fawn from Pan's Labyrinth, and
I'm doing the Angel of Death from Hellboy 2. I'm looking forward to sculpting it. Because I haven't done that in a while.
And so we're going to go back to an old basic there and do a lot of latex, a lot of this type of silicone, and some foam, just all over the map with that one. So yeah, the amount of different materials we're going to have to harness to create these things is going to be tricky, but fun and stilts, so. And lots of stilts, unfortunately.
Okay, you just talked me into this.
I know I always will jump at the opportunity to try something more challenging, something new and challenging, so that I can add that tool to my tool belt for future projects. Because I've declined commissions before because I didn't feel confident in the whatever technique I would need for that. Usually sewing. Whenever I attempt to do that, it's always a nightmare. But yeah, it's good. It's cool to go try out new things and keep testing your metal.
Absolutely.
Continue testing.
Yep, you know it. Well, I'm really stoked to see your guys' costume tomorrow.
It'll be fun.
Thanks for taking a moment to hang out with me. And where on the internet can folks go to see all your stuff?
Well, we have a website, proppedupcreations.com, and we also post on our Facebook account far more frequently, and that's facebook.com/propped-up.
All right. Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
Let's go have a couple drinks.
Absolutely.
All right.
I heard there's some Western beers.
Somebody got me some blueberry alcohol.